Hi there, I hope everything is great with you. Very, very well. We could say that a leader of the self has an attitude that unfolds like an origami in eight. They are not components, but like an origami that can be looked at from different angles, they are attitudes of self leadership that manifest themselves depending on the situation and come from the same source as expressions of personal leadership. They seem different, but they are all part of the same thing and have a definitive impact on the change that is being experienced. What is the attitude of self-leadership? As a leader of myself, when I face a difficult situation, I will not blame. I won't feel guilty. I'll search for the solution and find it using various methods. The change begins within, not without. And to do this, I have 8 possible attitudes. For the above to work, the self-leader needs a lot of silence. Not the silence of staying still, but the silence that is a power, which implies entering into the self and drawing out the strength that exists there. The change will then be easier to manage. Another attitude, fundamental, is that the person who is with me is essential to my life. They will make me grow, they will serve as a safe harbor in difficult times, and they will even challenge me to progress further, regardless of how they act towards me. As I change my attitude towards the person, and it can be applied to situations as well, okay? They will naturally change their attitude towards me. Try it. It works. Life is a series of agreements. That's a different attitude. Success comes from agreements made in a powerful way with the self, people, or situations. They are not necessarily written contracts, but they serve as a guide when interacting with the different actors present in my life's work. In the midst of change, it's very important to be clear about the agreements that will minimize the experience of loss and focus on benefits. And all decisions begin beyond logic, begins here in the mind, from understand the different possibilities and making the decisions of the best path to follow. This means looking at the response to change as several possible paths, amidst which, based on my own leadership, the best and only path is chosen. But this decision made in the mind must be made practical. They are 2 different attitudes. One involves introversion, reflection, lots of introspection, while the other requires power, enthusiasm. It's this attitude that makes the decision to help managing the change. And well, there will be situations or people that break social codes, go against ethical principles, and make you experience the worst of yourself. In this case, the attitude of assertiveness keeps the best of yourself intact, facing the other person without negative emotions, which will reduce their consequences on your life. My favorite attitude for self-leadership is, in the midst of change, the ability to cooperate and receive cooperation, both very challenging. The challenge is so big that other attitudes must participate together for there to be successful cooperation. And for the health of personal leader, it is key to always keep putting a full stop to everything. No matter what happens, during change, many things happen. The leader will learn or celebrate, will move forward without taking the negative side of the experiences, this unnecessary invisible backpack that many carry. From now on, visualize the change you must face and begin to train your mind to use at least one of these 8 attitudes in daily practice. Okay? So I wait to see your comments here and see you next week. Bye-bye. Take care.